Up the further he went.
Travis Kvapil, Brad Keselowski, and Matt Kenseth coming up. Speed's presentation of NASCAR Sprint Cup qualifying from Charlotte is presented by Subway Restaurants. So many $5 footlong subs to choose from. Enjoy amazing value at Subway all day, every day. Travis Kvapil on track, and you note that all three of the front row motorsports drivers have changed car numbers. The Long John Silver's car now the 38 with Travis aboard. Let's see how he fares.
We're going to know how the Fords fare pretty early here because of our first 8 cars. 6 of those 8 are Fords, but I think we're going to have to really wait to the 35th car to go Casey Kane to know who's maybe really strong in the Ford camp.
That car there, it looked like he didn't drive it up there. That car pushed up there. It had a good bit of push as it was coming out of the middle of the corner, off the corner here.
90, Darrell,
yeah.
And
you can see that. It's just got his hands full, really trying to keep it off the wall.
That's 0.2 quicker than what he ran in practice, but I don't think a 29.
There's where the car really just sort of shoots up the hill with him, and he's not doing. I think he's doing that intentionally.
Second lap is slower by a 10th. Dick Berggren?
With one of the real veterans here, Mark Martin, they say qualifying here is a white knuckle affair. Is it?
It's a lot of fun. I love this place. And
Regan Smith. Kevin Conway in the Extends Ford, and as we told you, the Front Row Motorsports team moving some numbers around so that Conway is now driving the car numbered 34. And in the release this week, they said we're no longer 3 separate teams. Kind of, they didn't say Rick Hendrick style, but the Hendrick approach is we are one team running 4 race cars. Now Front Row organized as one team running 3 race cars, and there's a rookie contender, Kevin Conway.
Well, whether you're a big team or a small team, there's strength in numbers. We know that.
"11 starts in 2010. He did not attempt Daytona, and he's been running at the finish in all but one of those races. 30:02.
The biggest thing, and that's something he does a great job on race day doing, is getting seat time.
Yeah, I know he's not always fast, but he has stayed out of the way. He's gotten experience. Hadn't heard anybody in there in that garage area complain about Kevin Conway being in my way or doing something wrong.
And he's as fast as his much more experienced teammates.
Exactly.
Krista?
Martin Truex, and I got to ask, you have this all-star momentum just on a roll right now.
Well, business is picking up. Napa Toyota's been really good here. It was good last week, obviously, and that was good to get some momentum through the all-star race, showdown win, and all that good stuff. But the big thing is these guys are just doing a phenomenal job. Pat and all these guys bringing me good race cars, and we're really starting to click. It feels good, and starting to have fun again. It's been cool.
Thanks, Martin.
I'm just a big Pat Tryson fan. You know, Pat has actually made the chase every year but one as a crew chief with a couple of different drivers.
And you know, Larry, when you think about it, Martin going over to Michael's team at the MWR, stepped out of that one car, and what happened?
He wins the Daytona.
You say, did I make the right decision? But obviously, he's starting to gel with his crew chief, and it is turning out to be a great decision. It's really tough when you're not sure if you're going to be in the race and have to put down a good lap.
Kurt Busch and Ryan Newman separated by 4 100ths. Talk it over.
I drove into one.
Mike Bliss on track. Now, he hit the wall coming into turn number 3 during practice in his James Finch-owned Chevrolet.
And I'm pretty sure they had to go to a backup car. So this will be the first laps he's making in this 09 car.
Yeah, Larry, his car was crashed pretty hard.
Yeah.
As he rounds
Yikes.
turn 2.
And this one isn't very happy either.
Let's check with Krista.
Kurt Busch trying to join drivers like Darrell Waltrip, pulling off the All-Star and Coke 600 sweep. I know you're happy with that, but I know you're also frustrated because you could taste that top spot.
Yeah, it's funny. A couple of years back, Newman and I were teammates, and we both went out to qualify, and he didn't make a perfect lap, and I went out there and messed up mine. He ended up first, I was second, and I was like, hey, I just gave you another pole. But really proud of my guys. The way this Miller Lite Dodge Vortex bottle cars running. And it's funny, we ran 2850s the other night to win the All-Star, and I couldn't even do that in qualifying trim right now. So it's just a good vibe we have. Things are going good, and hopefully we can get it put together for the full 600 miles.
Thanks, Kurt.
Kurt was talking about 2007 when he and Ryan were teammates. Mike Bliss 29.59 on the first lap. And slower on lap 2.
Yeah. Got his hands full with that piece.
But again, that's the first laps that Mike Bliss has been around this racetrack in this backup car.
Yeah, well, you look at it, and that lap was at 29.59. Bill's been over there to 29.29, 3/10. So somewhere in between, I think that's probably where you got to be.
Glendale, Arizona's Michael McDowell for Prism Motorsports in a Toyota. Second trip to Charlotte in the Cup Series for McDowell. Pretty good qualifier. He's a young fellow that gets it all out of the car.
Really good kid. Did a little Bible study thing with him over at church here last Saturday. Really just dedicated young man. Nice kid.
He was third quickest of the go or go home cars earlier today in practice, and this is going to be a pretty decent lap. He's going to be, well, it's going to be a little slower than Bill Elliott.
It's hard.
It's jumping all over the place.
It's hard to tell on that
so
tractor.
Tight.
That's a good safe lap. 29.34.
There you go. There you go. That's under 40.
He should be able to race Sunday night.
Feel pretty good about that.
Halfway down the back straightaway. I'm anxious to see what it does through 3 and 4, but right now he's looking like he's a little better on his second lap. If he can do it, this would be the first car. There you go, late exit.
Yeah.
Late exit, turn 4.
You keep setting me up to be disappointed, Larry.
Yep.
Todd Bodine from out of the Camping World Truck Series, the Little Joe's Auto Sales Toyota for Larry Gunselman will be our next qualifier. Todd ran over a decade here in Cup before moving to the Truck Series. 6 top 10 starts in 18 races with 1 outside pole. That came driving for Travis Carter in the 66.
Yeah, in practice, he was just right there on the borderline of our go or go home guys.
Been giving this old car a pretty good ride, really.
It's working to be a little better than Mike Bliss halfway down the back straightaway.
Sent it into turn 3, didn't he?
Tell you what, this is actually going to be a pretty decent lap for this 64 car.
Right on top of Michael McDowell, a 3.40 to a 3.42.
Wow.
And you know what? We got a ways to go, but those 2 1,000s could be huge.
3.40. Yep. Pretty nice little run there for the young man.
I think that's a good safe lap.
Yeah, for the old onion.
Yeah, I'm feeling better about the 3.40 than I am the 3.42.
And the second lap falls off a bit.
If it puts you ahead of somebody, that's a better. That's a good deal.
Regardless of what the stopwatch says.
Max was pretty good in practice.
The fastest go or go home guy.
If he can back it up here, a lot of pressure though on these guys. Just remember that.
The Geico Toyota, Pappas trying to make his 3rd appearance at Charlotte. Last year he started both races, but he's had trouble on the shorter tracks. He missed the show at Richmond and Dover, but has rebounded nicely in practice here.
And you know, we've talked about how much grip this place has right now, but I believe if I was Booty Barker's crew chief, I would have said, Max, 100%, not 110. Just give me 100.
Wow, look at this.
No, he just carried it in too hard, though,
Oops,
Mike.
Yeah.
look at that.
It shot up. He went in the corner so hard that 110%,
Yep.
that extra 10% might have done him in right there.
Now he's got some work to do.
Still got a fast enough car. I think he can overcome it, but he lost a lot of time in turn 1.
But he's going to be right there. Well, he was working on being right there with Bodine and McDowell, but he lost some ground there. And
instead, he's right there with Mike Bliss.
yeah, 29.52. I don't feel good about that right now.
Nope.
Better play 2.
Just think
Yeah, he has to run this second one. You know, we've not seen a single car pick up on lap 2. That 52 just is, you got to go down swinging.
Now this will lock Bill Elliott into the race.
it's no better. He had the trouble there in the middle of that corner. Don't believe it's any better, Larry.
It looked better until he got to the exit of turn 4.
Actually, he fell off. Continues to talk to the media and well-wishers there at the Sunoco pumps. He is right now the fastest at 28.79 as Reed Sorensen from Atlanta takes to the track for Braun Racing. Sorensen has 8 Cup starts here, 1 top 10 start, and a 4th place finish here in this race in 2007.
You know, talk about Ryan Newman, Larry. I'm surprised. That's a little slower than the cars ran here last year. These are grippier tires. The cars have definitely gotten better. Thought they would have been a little quicker.
Now, is that
tonight.
slower than they ran in May?
In May, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Ran 192 here last fall. So I thought they'd be a little quicker than that, but been pretty hot.
Newman went out 25th when there was still a little bit of sunshine on the track.
29.48.
And that will be 33rd. He is faster than Pappas and Bliss, but slower than Bodine and McDowell.
Oh, stepped out distance go, showing him right there.
But that 48 to that 52, that could be pretty huge right there because, you know, we've still got a good, 6 guys to go. So we're halfway through the knockout qualifying.
Well, 48. I'd call that order. Latest NASCAR news and information. And you'll hear straight from the drivers and crew chiefs when they stop by the garage to hang out and talk racing. NASCAR Race Up presented by Hooters. Monday night, 7:30 Eastern. Only on Speed. 6 drivers to go. 4 to go home. J.J. Yaley in the number 46 Dodge. JJ, another driver out of Phoenix, ex-USAC star, has been in and out of Cup. That's the Jaco and Rayborn Foundation charity on the hood of the number 46. JJ was pretty good in practice.
No, he stayed up in the top 20 there for a long time during practice. He was giving his car a really nice ride earlier in the day.
Now, as long as you can be to the left of our green stripe right now, that represents Michael McDowell in that 55 car. You would be locked in if you can be to the left of it. He's right there on top of it, flirting with it right now.
Got to get a good launch off that corner.
That tracker's not very dependable off that corner.
And good news for JJ, he is faster than Reed Sorensen, Max Pappas, and Mike Bliss. But he is not faster than Michael McDowell, so McDowell could lock in right here.
Yeah, right now, Yaley, Sorensen, and Pappas are right together at a 46, a 48, and a 52.
Yep. Tight.
JJ will be slower, but he's right there on the fringe.
Under 40. Or in, low 40 in the 30s if you could, but under 40.
David Gilliland has transitioned to the 37, the Taco Bell car. Again, part of that Front Row Motorsports shakeup this week. He has 7 starts at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Whoa. Last fall, 14th.
Daggone, I think.
David was 8th quickest of our go or go home guys earlier.
And he needs to be there or better. We apologize. Tracker's down. No signal for the tracker off of David's car. 5 drivers to go, including Gilliland. And the time he needs to beat to lock himself in is 29.46. That's J.J. Yaley.
Thing was sliding up off that 4th turn. See what kind of time.
Oh, good lap.
Yep.
Yeah.
29.33. Gilliland is 25th overall. 2nd of the go or go homers. He will race on Sunday, and that leaves the bottom 4 as Yaley.
Pretty decent, I think. Strimmy, Blaney in the 66, usually pretty stout. Sauter in the 36, so we'll see if any of these guys have got what it takes.
But we will start sending cars home now.
Yeah, it's knockout time. 4 drivers to go. And the slowest 4 right now, Yaley, Sorensen, Pappas, and Bliss. Joe Nemechek from Lakeland, Florida. Started outside pole here in his 2nd trip to the Speedway, driving for Larry Hedrick. And he's made a total of 29 starts in a Sprint Cup car at Charlotte.
I think Joe will go pretty good with you, Larry. I mean, it's normally a good qualifier.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to have better track conditions. You know, one thing about this place, once you get into the nighttime, as humid as it has been, you know, you'll start getting a lot of dew. So the time right now is perfect.
The difference between getting in and going home right now, 14 100ths between Yaley and Bliss. But Nemechek is well out in front of that. He is wheeling it.
He's working on a top 15 qualifying run. It's not going to be a top 15, but she'll be the fastest go homer right
Boy,
now.
I'll say.
18th, the 29-21.
Good enough. 29-21. That's
Way good enough.
That's Felipe Lopez there, smoking another cigarette and sending Joe on into the race.
And sending Mike Bliss to the house. 3 cars to go. Speed's presentation of NASCAR Sprint Cup qualifying from Charlotte is presented by Subway Restaurants. So many $5 foot-long subs to choose from. Enjoy amazing value at Subway all day, every day. David Stremme out of Indiana, driving the number 26 for Bill Jenkins out of Vermont, and Frankie Stoddard up there from New Hampshire, in a car that is here to run all the races and run all day. The Air National Guard Ford needs to beat 29.46 to lock in. 6 100ths between getting in and going home right now.
He's going to be right there in amongst that group that we've been talking so much about. And I think he's going to be on the wrong end of them.
He's got to go because a 56 for David Stremme sends him to the house. He has to better
56. We need a 10th.
He has to better Max Pampas's 52 to have a chance. And if he gets that 10th that Frankie Stoddard just asked for, he's in the show.
Well, you know what? He is, but we watched this late exit turn forward. You're just not going to do it.
Don't pay attention.
Second lap is slower.
Yeah.
And 2 cars to go, Dave Blaney and Johnny Sauter. So right now, if you run a 48, you race. If you run a 52, you go home. 4 100ths of a second will decide it here. As Dave Blaney from Hartford, Ohio, comes out in his Prism Motorsports Toyota, trying to make his 9th start at Charlotte.
Michael just texted me and said that my Basset Hound Trusty Boy, his picture was going to be on the car. And I thought it was on this car, but it's actually on the Nationwide car, the 99 car.
Okay.
They got a pet care sponsor on their car this week. He said, watch Trusty Boy go. I thought he was talking about on this car.
That'd be on Trevor Baines.
Trevor Baines' car, yeah.
Yeah, but look at Blaney go.
Look at this. He's working on a top 10 run.
That car's always been pretty fast.
He's going to be right there around Joe Nemechek, but Dave Blaney will be the fastest go.
Look at that.
You're at
That's a 29-20.
29-20. 17.
That's
Awesome,
the story.
buddy. Awesome job. Guys, everybody, Bill.
Great news for Dave Blaney. Tough break for Johnny Sauter. For Tommy Baldwin Racing is our final qualifier. Sauter trying to make his 9th start here. I believe I said 9 for Blaney. That would be 19, going for 20. So Sauter, to get in, needs to beat Reed Sorensen's 29.48. Right now, the last man in the show is J.J. Yaley at a 29.46. So 2 100ths of a second could determine this.
And Johnny's going to have to step it up because he was not that good in practice. He was 10th of our 12 go home guys.
Well, for somebody that you would want in your car to step it up, he's the guy to do it.
Good little qualifier.
Yes, sir.
29.488 is the magic number. That is Reed Sorensen's lap, 183.1 miles per hour. So it's Sauter or Sorensen. One will race, one will go home.
And it's pretty simple. The green line is Reed Sorensen.
Like the way he got down into turn 1. Let's see if he can back that up off of the corner. Didn't lose too much time there.
Track is the coolest it's been this whole session right now.
It's almost like you want to be 10 positions better, but
Right
by the time
here.
you get there.
Right here, and I believe he might have done it, Larry.
Oh, he's going to have a great lap. Great lap.
Looked like a good lap.
22nd for Johnny Sauter.
You're in, baby. 29-27. Thank you so much.
That is car owner Tommy Baldwin.
Yes.
Yep.
That's great.